Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As the champion of plenary proceedings under third schedule of the standing orders, I'm one of the happiest men, Mr. Speaker. Finally, I've been vindicated in many fronts, even including broad-based issues, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree when you look at third schedule, the formation either by plenary of impeachment of a governor at page 216 of the standing orders or by committee, it is almost the same. In fact, when you look word by word, but we are now subsuming ourselves into a quasi-judicial mechanism, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, all of us will assume the role of being a judge. And therefore, it is important so that all of us can learn. Mr. Speaker, under Article 118 of the Constitution, this is what we call public participation or parliamentary proceedings. When we go for plenary, the people of Meru, the governor, the MCAs, Kenyans at large will be able to watch the proceedings in an open and transparent manner. I'm not casting aspersions on the proceedings of the committees. It is supposed to be open, Mr. Speaker. It is supposed to be open, and it is open as per Article 118 of the Constitution 2010, Mr. Speaker. But to avoid being salamiwad by the Gen Z, Mr. Speaker, it is better nowadays to put things on the open. Because committees sometimes in the nature, Mr. Speaker, can sometimes escape the attention of the public, Mr. Speaker. I agree, Mr. Speaker, the issues of Meru are very unique, complex, and diverse, Mr. Speaker. We cannot new law under Article 192 on suspension of county of Meru. Meru is working. Some parts of Meru are not working, Mr. Speaker. And I want to remind the deputy party leader of ODM, and I want to advise the Secretary General of ODM to organize an induction at Kenya School of Government, the way Akinajo and the rest have been done for the last 2 weeks, so that he understands, Mr. Speaker, we don't have a functional IEBC at the moment, Mr. Speaker. The NADCO report, the amendments of IEBC, we are still considering, Mr. Speaker. So the suspension under Article 192, we should not envisage, because we have opportunity to listen, Mr. Speaker, to be able to ventilate through and be able to have a chance. Mr. Speaker, I want to tell the committee members who are proposed, we love you, but plenary loved us most. So we wish you well and we'll appoint you. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I oppose the motion.
Senator Kibwana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mine is simply, Mr. Speaker, saying that I support the plenary. Much has been said. I may just want to request, Mr. Speaker, if you can actually recommend the report be captured later by relevant committees. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Abbas. Chairman, Devolution.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to oppose the motion that it will be fair for the people of Meru at least to hear each and everybody of this House opinion. And according to Article 961, the Senate is obligated to be able to protect the interests of everybody in Kenya. And I think if you have the entire senators in this House to interrogate and to ask questions, I think there will be more opinions that will be reached. And there will be fair hearing for everybody, both sides of the divide, that is the governor in question, and the members of the Assembly, and the public at large. Honorable Speaker, it is a very unfortunate situation. As the chair of the Devolution, we have tried our best to intervene in this matter. That members visited there, we created dialogue. Many questions have been promised that this will be the end. That time when we visited, that this will be the end of the day of that matter. But however, it still continues, and the Meru people are not enjoying their rights and whatever the development they have got. In that matter, I wish to support the motion. I want to oppose the motion, and I will propose that we go the plenary way. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Gataya Munda.
Honorable Speaker, Meru is bleeding. Meru County is bleeding, Honorable Speaker. This is a very sensitive matter. It's no longer about Meru, it's about the whole country. Kenya is watching all of us. You know, as a House, we must be able to prosecute this matter away from the committee, and I strongly oppose the motion that we should not take the committee route. Let's go the plenary way so that maybe people can see openly what we are doing to make sure that Meru is safe. We don't have a repeat of the same again. So I oppose, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Seki.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I also want to oppose the motion and suggest the option of going plenary way, Honorable Speaker, so that we give chance to the Meru people and the country, the entire country, to understand and even to follow the proceedings so that we uphold the transparency way, and even for them to understand how and why this governor is coming the third time to this House. Honorable Speaker, I stand to oppose the motion.
Senator Karen Nyamu. Senator Nyamu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is not right for members who are trying to invalidate the committee way, yet the third schedule of our standing orders, Mr. Speaker, provide for both the removal by committee and removal by plenary, Mr. Speaker. And so it is not right to say before this House or indicate or imply that one way is more legal or better in any way than the other. And Mr. Speaker, it is not true that this House, the whole House, will not participate in the removal or saving of the governor, Mr. Speaker, because finally when the committee is done with the report, it will be brought here for debate and the final vote by these members, Mr. Speaker. The issue of Meru, I agree, is one that has elicited a lot of interest of the country. It is true, it is the fifth time she's being impeached. It is the third time she's coming before the Senate. But, Mr. Speaker, as a committee, we should be given the opportunity to interrogate these issues and get to the bottom of it, Mr. Speaker. However, reading the mood of the House, I want to agree with the majority of the members that we go the plenary way, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Senator Chimera.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that I strongly oppose this motion in total, Mr. Speaker, for three fundamental reasons, Mr. Speaker. The first reason is that as the Senate, we are a house of order, we are a house of procedure, and we are a house of precedent, Mr. Speaker. I am. Please, I hope you've reserved my time, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as to the question of Meru County, this very House, Mr. Speaker, has set precedent, Mr. Speaker. Every time the governor of Meru has come before us facing such charges, Mr. Speaker, we've always gone plenary. Why do you want, I think for 2 times, Mr. Speaker, we've gone plenary. Why then do you want to go? Let me withdraw that, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable. Proceed.
Let me go to my second point, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed.
The second point, Mr. Speaker, is on the contribution by Senator Meru.
What is the point of order, Senator Eddy? Is it point of order or point of information?
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Proceed.
Just on a statement of fact, 105. Mr. Speaker, the governor of Meru has been brought to this House twice. The first time, Mr. Speaker, actually the senator for Kakamega, Senator Boni Alwale, chaired the committee that actually looked at these issues. And it was the second time that we were in a plenary session. So it is wrong to inform the House that there's twice, the two times the governor has been here, it has been taken to the committee. So just correct that, Mr. Speaker. On
Senator Chimera.
Well guided, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to say Article 123, Mr. Speaker, and my colleague Senator Meru has ably spoken about it. You can't tell us that if Chimera today is a special elected member, can vote for the impeachment of a governor at the committee stage, yet the same member cannot vote for the impeachment of a governor at plenary stage, Mr. Speaker, and still go ahead and nominate 5 members to that committee, Mr. Speaker. I feel this is double standards in way of application of this standing order, Mr. Speaker, and I want to urge this House and the leadership, perhaps there is need to relook at this provision before I probably come with a court order, and I hope I won't go there, Mr. Speaker. But then again, if Article 145, Article 7, Mr. Speaker, allows me to impeach the President, Mr. Speaker, I don't understand why then I can't impeach a governor at plenary, but I'm allowed to impeach the governor or not at committee, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thirdly, is that this issue is very weighty, Mr. Speaker. The governor for Meru is appearing before us for the 3rd time, Mr. Speaker. And to really urge my colleagues senators to be very fair and to do the right thing, Mr. Speaker. Let us allow every senator in this House to have an opportunity to listen to these charges and contribute to this charge, Mr. Speaker, and make a very informed decision, Mr. Speaker, as to the either removal or confirming of those charges, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator